You all right over there, man? With these like wind chimes and stuff? Oh, let's get some incense burning and some wind chime noise, and we'll just like get out the magic jewels and lay them on the table. And what is that? Are you sprinkling salt?
Just good vibes, man. Good vibes.
Well, then she should be going like this. Yeah. Good day. Happy Saturday. Congratulations. Did we lock the front door?
It's been locked, no?
I didn't lock it. No. Congratulations, everyone. You made it. You made it to Saturday. I mean, how exciting is that? Everyone gives yourself a big pat on the back. We made it. I got to be honest with you, though. I can't wait for next Saturday because then
I made it.
Then we get out of here. They're off for vacation. So I cannot wait for next Saturday.
Good job, man.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Hi, guys, and God bless you.
Hey,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So today we got a great show for you. Dave, up first again. Good job. Good evening. How's it? It's actually pretty. So we just came from Target because we had to pick up a suitcase for little Fernando.
Yeah.
Commonly referred to as Sebastian. And while we were there, I introduced him to the new Oreo cookies that are Star Wars Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah, now I have a brace. They take out the cast and have to wear a brace for another month.
So
see how it goes.
These are the Star Wars Oreo cookies.
Nice.
So we got 2 packs, not us. Haley and Sue bought 2 packs, and we're blue. Both of them are blue, but they have this has an C3PO on it.
C3PO.
Anyways,
yeah. Very good.
The gimmick is you buy one, it's either going to be red filling or blue filling, heroes or villains.
Dark side?
Yep.
I want to be in the dark side.
Everybody wants to be on the dark side. Because then you get a Darth Vader cookie. So, hola, amigos.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good afternoon.
What's
good
up,
evening
Frank?
to y'all. How's everybody doing? So, if you haven't done those, if you're a fan of Oreos and or Star Wars, it's pretty fun. Hello from Vegas. It's hot there.
It's hot.
I believe it's hot everywhere. I got to be honest with you. I feel like, we're getting closer to the sun. The world is coming to an end. It's 105 in Modesto. See what I mean?
105.
It's 107 in Fresno.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's where we're going. It's gonna be fantastic.
Jesus?
Yeah, we're gonna go meet Jesus. Hit the thumbs up and like button. Let me just do this real quick.
I can't put it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that and that, and then boom. So this first segment is going to be brought to you the fine folks at Audio Control. Make sure you stay to the second segment where we're going to have quick tips from our good friends at Arc Audio. This one you're going to love because we're going to talk about rear channel effect. But we have Audio Control to talk with. Hey, guys, you know what time it is? That's right. It's summer. It's time to get out on that boat. It's time to grab that ATV. It's time to go jump through some puddles and have a good time. Well, if that's you and that's what you're wanting to do, make sure to head over to audiocontrol.com because you can find all-weather amplifiers. That's right. We have a 6-channel, a 5-channel, a 4-channel, a 2-channel, and 2 mono blocks ranging in power from 300 to 600 to 650 watts, depending on the combination. These guys are built like bricks, and consequently, they look very similar to bricks. Back here on the shelf, you can see the 5-channel just chilling out, doing 5-channel things.
Yeah, that thing right there.
Yeah, ACBT 25?
No. That
ACBT 3.
There you go. That's a Bluetooth.
ACX BT3. 3-channel Bluetooth controller that is perfect for all your wet and wild needs.
So, for example, if you have a jet ski, right?
Yep.
And you have already 2 towers, but just like pairing with the phone, just grab that one. It's nice.
Put it in. Plus, you have 3 zone controls.
3 zone controls.
So you can and a master volume. So you can set your zone levels and then choose the master volume and turn them all up. It's very nice.
Very nice.
But if that sounds like something you might need in your life, head over to audiocontrol.com where you can find all of those fun things. Thank you guys for being a sponsor.
Thank you, sir.
This was you. You already talked to Fang right there.
Yes.
Sup, guys? Hi.
Sup?
Good day, guys. Hi. And thank you. Bless you.
Yeah.
98 in PA. Ooh, see, now that's just suck. Bonjour from Quebec, Montreal. It's hot up there too. Like they have some serious heat as well.
Hot in Canada.
Quebec? Yeah, it is. Dude, I know. Currently 107 in Vegas. Okay, so here's the thing. Anything over 100, you just automatically win. All right? That's just what it comes down to. So when you're racing to get to hell as fast as possible, there's no winners. There's no winners.
No
just
winners.
Really hot losers. So
Jesus.
It's and no one will care. That's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, so where you live, where you chose to live sucks. I mean, basically, right? Isn't that what we're all saying? I made a bad life choice.
Mm-hmm.
I lived on the face of the sun.
Yeah.
But I have gambling and prostitution. Hell yeah! Woo! Sign me up, baby.
Kidding. When we move out.
Never. Hey, what's happening? Good day. Hey, guys. Good morning. From Sydney, Australia.
There you go,
I was going to say, morning from cold and rainy Sydney, Australia.
I would love to go there.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. No, I would too. Yeah, you need to get your passport thing straight now.
All right, let's
go. We'll go to Australia.
Oh, it's South Africa, man.
South Africa. So the Cokes are compliments of...
Gerardo. That's GG LED lights. He has that's the one that he gives me the LED for me and Haley's.
Yep. GG LED lights.
It's a good friend. He has a shop in Texas.
I was gonna say no, not Texas. It's in
I
know this is so sad.
San Antonio.
No. Houston.
No,
Houston. Texas.
Houston. Yes, there you go.
Houston. San Antonio is Arturo.
Yes.
So Houston, Texas.
Yes.
He stopped in yesterday and brought us some Cokes and some other Latino goodies.
Yes.
And her name was just kidding.
Oh, that was insane.
That was good. Dude. That was totally Mexican.
I can't. No.
That was totally
don't
Mexican.
do that.
That's that cane sugar stuff.
Oh, okay. That was because of the
Plant some trees, damn it. I agree. Right. We need to plant lots of trees. Just not around my house. What type of trees? It rained in Springfield. Now it's cold. That's all it takes, man. Just takes a little bit of rain and it's all good. Hey, guys, if you want to get your questions in, go right ahead. Start getting those questions in. Fernando's going to go through and start queuing them up. Always get them in. The sooner you get them in, the sooner we can start doing them. Mm-hmm. We're going to bang through a bunch of questions today on the show. And like I said, about the halfway point, we're going to talk about rear fill. Throw one of those questions up for me right now, will you?
All right, hang on. I got this one. What was the first one?
All right, I'm gonna tag this because that's an easy answer.
Hey, trying to finish an install, but I just turning a bolt
got me winded out in this heat.
Exactly,
dude. That is some real life problems right there. So today we had an F-250 that was just a quick service. The guy managed to blow his subs. He was one of those guys, and it was just supposed to be a quickie, but we forgot in the F-250s, you got to pull the back seat out in order to get to the woofers. So it's like 7 bolts. That's it. And dude, it took
a long time.
Drenched. And I'm like,
sucks
so bad.
8 hours.
It felt like it took 8 hours. It did not take 8 hours. But anyways, next question is 2022 Ram Bighorn 1500. What line out converter is best? All right. So here's a couple things that is not in this statement that you have to think about, and I'll tell you so you don't have to type a part 2. If it has the premium audio system, Alpine brand, like a branded, there's a name on it, then you want to go pick up the Sub Pro from PAC, the PAC Sub Pro. And what that'll do is that'll plug into the radio, and that'll give you a subwoofer line output. And what it's going to do is it's not high level to low level. It's going to strip out between the radio and the amplifier and give you a full bandwidth 20 to 20 RCA output that you can then plug in, and you don't have to worry about the roll off, none of it. It's the clean. It's not 20 to 20. It's actually 20 to about 160 is where it ends because they put a low pass filter on it, so you can't use it as full range because they're fun like that. Now, if that's the case where it's like no, I don't have that one. I have the regular. And there again, I'm just assuming you're doing a subwoofer. If you're not doing a subwoofer, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're doing a full system and you have either the amplifier or the bass model, that still takes you into a whole nother world. So now we can do a couple different interfaces. So I can do a Amp Pro, which is going to take the factory non-amplified radio, and there's they tell you how to reflash it, which is part of the process, to amplified, which will then, when you plug the Amp Pro in, which will already be plugged in, will give you 6 channel of 5-volt output. All right, so you'll have a full RC output out of the factory radio. If it's the premium audio one, all you have to do is plug it in. It goes between the radio and the amplifier, and you get 6 channels of output. The second option is to do the AR, which is the iData AR interface. With that, you have 2 choices currently. You can do the Rockford DSR1, which will do the same thing, meaning whether it's amplified or non-amplified, it'll reflash the radio, and then it'll plug into the DSR1 and give you 8 channels of 5-volt output with a full DSP. Or you can do the AR with the Arc Audio PSM Pro and or the Arc Audio Blackbird or any Arc Audio with DSP in it, basically. If you've already got the amplifiers, the PSM Pro would obviously be the best. That will reflash the radio and then give you 8 channels of DSP output through the PSM Pro. Needless to say, there is very few options that allow that you should run a high-level to low-level adapter on. We never would. We never do. The only time we do that is if we're running into a situation where it is the factory radio. I'm only adding a sub. Therefore, I can't reflash the radio to amplified, in which case I would use the kicker key lock to fix as much of it as I could. That's a really big question that you typed as few words possible. All right, so good luck. Take what I just said, rewind it, play it back, do all the other fun stuff. Hot losers? Hot people are losers? Or where's the loser?
I don't know.
What's up, Mary Lou? It was great seeing her. I got to admit, it's always fun hanging out with her. We had the pleasure of her coming out and joining us for dinner with all the guys. For all you guys that are bummed because you didn't get to join her for dinner, sorry.
Yes, there you go. So, see, they won today, 3-0.
Who won?
Gerardo.
Oh, Gerardo. Oh, fantastic.
They went to Tampa City Walk.
Very nice.
Orlando Brown City Walk.
Tomorrow we're going to Frenchie's.
Very nice.
Very good. Thank you again.
Thank you for the Cokes, bro. That was good. Okay.
I don't do good with carbonation. I don't drink enough soda. My body has nothing to do with it. High-end head units with DSP, are they getting to be as good standalone entry-level DSPs? That's a good question. So when I think of entry-level DSP, I always think of something like a Dayton or something like a Dayton.
High-end?
No.
Oh.
High-end head unit radio, like a radio. So like a Kenwood Exelon.
Yeah.
A Sony.
Yeah.
Are they as good as like a Dayton? So the immediate answer is no, but close, right? They're getting, and that is to say that in certain situations using like the Sony or the Kenwood are pretty damn good. Like I would not feel bad not having DSP, but there again, it also depends on how many channels I need. So if I'm just doing like front rear sub or front tweeter mid rear sub, that's always going to be the problem, is that there's not enough preamp level output. So if it's a basic system and I have the choice of just going with a better radio as opposed to a generic DSP, then I'm going to do that, because yes, what comes in a Kenwood base model, like a 9 series Kenwood, is pretty advanced when compared to crappy DSP. But there are still limitations on channel output, because I still only have front rear sub or tweeter mid sub, which will always be the problem, because we're never going to get head units that put out more like 8 or 9 or 10 channels of RC outputs. Mm-hmm. They're just not going to do that, because they're not forward thinking enough to do that. There are certain cars that we do. What's up, Bobby? What's up, There's certain cars we do, like, for example, the 10-inch Kenwood Exelon, the 1057 or the 1007, or even the JVC 1000 W1000 has a parametric EQ as well as the regular EQ. And that parametric EQ has a ton of features. Like it can do shelf filters. It can do, it has 2 bands for front, 2 bands for rear, 9 bands for the overall, 1 band for subwoofer. It has, they're all parametric. It has a shelf, high or low. I believe it even has a notch. And so we can do a lot with that equalization and make the system sound really, really, really good. But as soon as you compare it to just the most basic of DSPs, like not, like a DSR1, I guess. The DSR1 is going to outperform it.
Oh, 100%.
So,
yeah,
it's just where we're at. But the nice thing is like those systems where we're just, so what we'll do in some cases where the DSP is just so far out of line, if we're going to do a 5-channel amplifier, you guys have seen these, we do them a lot. We'll sell them like a 901.5 or an 802.5 Kenwood Exelon because I really love those amplifiers. I love the power for the size. And we'll go active on the front. So let's say it's a tweeter, a 2.5 or a 3.5. This is going to be on channel 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4 is going to be the mid bass and the door. And then the radio is going to, rear channels are going to power the rear. And then, of course, the 5-channel will power the sub. So we have 2 amplified channels in the front, deck power in the rear, and sub. Now, the reason why we can do the deck power in the rear is because in that Kenwood Exelon radio, we have 2 places for level control, basically gain, for the rear channels. So we can bring those down to where they're more in line with the movement of the front channels, the preamp section. Because a lot of times what happens is the amplified output of the radio is hotter and it will distort faster. So you have to limit how high you can turn up because of that. We don't want to do that. So we turn these down. So now they move in tandem with one another and we can turn the volume all the way up so we can get the full 5-volt output. And we don't have to worry about those rear speakers clipping out because the radio has run out of power. So we can get really amazing sounds. What's up?
Yeah, bro.
We can get a really amazing sound out of that radio without going DSP. We still do time alignment, and we still have a crossover. But there again, I could easily just throw a DSR1 in there, but that's going to bring the price up substantially, right? So,
but what's more important?
No, there again, it just depends on what the person is trying to do.
Right.
Okay, so
I had that DSP.
Which one?
The Dayton DSP, right?
We put it in your car.
We put it in the car, and I said the next day, just let's take it out.
Yeah, because it was crap.
Because that was bad, and that's my personal experience.
No,
with that
it
thing.
didn't sound good. The radio.
Most people would say, "No, I have it for years. Everything is great. It's awesome."
Right, but they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. You have the experience of hearing tons of other stuff. So there again, we have a certain skill set that allows us to maximize our output in what we do.
I will find you.
Yeah, I will find you and I will kill you. Best movie ever. So it is. It's a fantastic movie. Really? Come on. Everyone after the first one, that was the first one. It was fantastic. The first one's always bad. Anyways, so I hope that answers that question. I tell you what, why don't we do DSP talk right here?
Correct.
So it's that time again. It's ARC Audio DSP Quick Tips. Oh boy, let's get excited. I'm going to switch over to that, which is number 4. All right, guys. One of the questions you guys ask us all the time is about rear speakers. This is, there again, this might not be today, but it'll probably be tomorrow. And everyone that does rear speakers, or should I add rear speakers? Does my car need rear speakers? Sage talked about it when we looked at Nalika's Bronco. He was like, I never do rear speakers until I put this amp in and it has rear effect, and it's a totally different experience. So yesterday, or the day before, one of these days this week, we had a customer that we were taking out a system we had put in and replacing it with the Blackbird, which is what we were originally supposed to do, but he cheaped out on us and said
he wanted to do his thoughts.
Yeah,
I thought this is gonna be what I want.
And
this is what I want.
So, anyways, one of the big things that he was like most adamant about is he really likes the surround sound feel. He likes to have encapsulation. And in this particular vehicle, which was a Range Rover, the rear speakers are up very high in the back.
Yeah.
And they're 4-inch, which typically sucks, but is built like a modern day Bronco. 4-inch in the back. And we were like, all right, cool. Most times we just add in some rear speakers. We add a certain amount of delay and we can get that surround sound feel. However, just like the center channel question, what if we had an upmixer? Because an upmixer is designed to apply math to a 2-channel audio system and then extract out things like a center channel and rear effects channels. Well, as it just so happens, the Arc Audio DNA software, which comes in all of their DSPs, has an upmixer built into them. That is not to say that other manufacturers don't. Most high-end DSPs will have some form of an upmixer in it. In this case, the upmixer is located on the tools page, which is called settings. We'll call it settings.
So when you, okay, so for example, when you click and open your DSP, what was the first?
The first thing you're going to do is go, well, you have to set up the DSP first, in the sense that I like to go in and I go directly to settings.
Okay, perfect.
And I pick and I label my input channels and my output channels, which you can see here, because I don't want it to just say channel 1, channel 2, channel 3.
No.
So now I have my input, front, rear, sub, and I have my outputs, tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass, rear, and then down here in the bottom is subwoofer.
Yes.
That'll also now populate them here in the corresponding colors. So once I've done that, if I want to do this rear effects channel, I come over to where it says upmixer, which is also located on this page.
Yeah.
And I click the box.
Enable.
All right. That enables it. Now, you have the option to choose a different type of upmixer. So once you've gone through and set it up and you've listened to it, you can come back in and you can select music, club, stadium, cinema, hall, rock, or jazz.
And just then you have more, no?
No, that's it. No, that's slide. That's not a slider.
Oh, okay. It looks like
it looks like a slider. Yeah. So we're leaving on the default music right now for the purpose of this. However, if you're going to set this up and you'd like to try it, give it a go.
Yeah.
Because we knew we'd just be listening to music in this. With that done, we need to go back to our mixer.
Yeah.
This guy right here, because this is where we're going to direct things to go. Now, when you're on this page in the mixer, this really doesn't give you what you're looking for. This is almost useless. So that means I have to come up here to Tools and go to Mixer Assistant, which will launch this. Now, in the center of the page, you see the light blue box that says left, right, and the opposite side, it says left, center, right, LS, and RS. Now, just to go back to settings, we'll turn off this. We'll go to Tools, and we'll go to Mixer Assistant. And now you can see that it's disengaged.
It's just grayed out.
Pass through, meaning those channels are no longer attached to this. All right. Go back to settings, turn on my input, go back to Tools, Mixer Assistant. Make sure all my green dots are off. And how this works is you're going to highlight your inputs with your outputs. In this case, we have front left, front right. Those need to come over here and go to these two tweeters right here. So that is this guy here and this guy here. We're also going to use those to power our mid-range, which are the next two, and our mid-bass. So that takes care of my front channels. That's as easy as that is. Next up is going to be our rears. Now, common practice would say just do this, all right? But we're not going to do that because we want to run our channels through our upmixer. So these two channels here on the far right are our inputs. So I tap here and here, and then I come over to my rear channels, which are 7 and 8, which is this guy here and this guy here. Now, my rear channels are running through the upmixer's effects rear channels. And believe it or not, that's it. That's all we have to do. At this point, we can now go and listen to it, and we will hear the effect that it is doing. And what is that effect, Fernando?
Dude, it's insane.
It's dude.
It's like, I always been, no, you don't need rear speakers. I'm not a rear speaker guy. Yesterday changed my mind because how the system sounds. It's really cool hearing just the music in the background in the rear speakers. Just the music, no vocals. It's insane. And you know the effect they give you, it comes up. Like the voice comes up again and goes away. And it's like, it's really cool. Listen some songs like that. So
and like I said,
I want some rear speakers in the
I know we gotta put rear speakers. and there again, this is what Arc Audio does. There are
Yeah.
other manufacturers out there that do have up mixers that allow you to do that. So it is there. This is how they handle it. To take this one step further, if we were going to do a center channel and we wanted to run the up mixer through everything, so we were going to do like a 5.1 system. At that case, we're going to just come in here and we're going to run these two channels through the up mixer also. Or really, we don't even need to run the rears in it anymore, unless we were looking to do fader. And we would make left. We would have to redesignate these, of course. Let's just assume that this is front, mid, bass. You would choose these channels. So this would be your channel for the left mid-range. And then you would have, let's say, this as your right mid-range. And then the center, I'm sorry, this one would be your right. And center might be this guy here. So all you're doing is populating those dots to create that illusion. Or if you just want to use center, you can do that too. Either way, the effect is pretty amazing and it is quite impressive. If surround sound is something that you're interested in, I strongly recommend either A, checking out the Arc Audio line of DSPs that do this for you, and or buy a DSP that has some form of an up mixer built into it that allows you to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it. Thank you so much for paying attention through this little Arc Audio instructional piece.
All right, hang on before you go. Hang on, wait. No, not yet. Before you go with that, this is a question about Arc Audio. How do you?
It's just gonna do this.
Oh, perfect. I thought that was another one.
No, it's gonna be so you can go to arcaudio.com and find out more information about the problem. How do you do Arc Audio Blackbird DSP to an Alpine ILX 511 when it has front, rear, and sub outputs, but you can't turn the crossover off? You can just set them to flat on the radio. All right, so this happens a lot. Let's say subwoofer amplifiers that or anything that has a crossover. There's a low crossover and a high crossover. So let's say you're going to cross over, let's say you're going to cross over your mid-range at, let's say, 80 hertz, meaning the lowest frequency that the high speakers are going to play are 80 hertz. Most of the time a radio, if you can't shut it off, in the case of some of the subwoofers, gives you the ability to turn it all the way down to, let's say, 50. So put it at 50. 50 is, it's never going to affect an 80 hertz crossover. And that works both ways. So if you have a sub crossover and you can't turn it off, it will usually it'll go up to, let's say, 120 or 200. Set it to that point, the highest point, in which case now if you go in and you set it at 80, it's nowhere near that. Okay, so it's not going to affect they're outside of the range of the piece of equipment you're going to be putting in there to actually do the job. Yeah. So it's like a firewall.
Firewall.
I don't know. Get that out of the way. Bring this guy back up. Oh, that's no good.
Yes. I mean, Fang, I really was impressed on the outcome. You know, it's really cool how they make the sound.
It was cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, and it's doing some neat stuff. And talking with them about it later, they were like, "Well, I'm glad you like it because
that was awesome. I'm glad you like it.
I'm glad you liked it because, you know, Brian is totally against that stuff. So he was like, all right, well, I'm glad you liked it because we've never turned it on before. So congratulations." And it was really cool. It's definitely something. If you have one of these pieces and you're using rear fill, open it up, go in there and turn it on. You won't be disappointed.
Correct. Now, did that make more accurate because the speakers were up there?
No.
Like,
no.
Oh, you can actually bring the whole thing up.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
That's nice. Nando, it's not you. It's the two different colors on your screen and the screen that makes it seem like it's a different question. But I'm colorblind.
It could be.
It's me. It's not me, man. It's you.
Afternoon. Hope everyone is staying cool. Good day.
Yes.
Hope everyone is staying cool.
All right.
I would agree. Yes.
I installed a JL Audio amplifier and a sub in a
Ooh.
Golf GTI 2024.
Nice.
The radio is off and the
Hum.
built
Build
up in the sub and go very loud. It sounds like a microphone feedback. Any ideas?
It's a ground loop. It's a ground loop. What you're hearing is, first off, you have certain limitations and things you can and can't do when you go high level. And one of those is turn the radio off. Turn the radio down. Don't turn it off, okay? Because there's a difference between an amplifier off and an amplifier on. So anytime you're doing, especially in a Volkswagen, turn the radio down. Do not turn it off. 9 times out of 10, that'll solve the problem. The other thing is, if you're using a cheap high-level to low-level adapter, that will also cause the problem. Meaning, you want to use something like the Audio Control LC1i, LC2i Pro, Epicenter Micro, something like that, Key Lock, a better built high-level to low-level adapter that is power-driven, not a generic one. That'll typically solve the problem as well. But it's a feedback. So what you're getting is, when you turn the radio off, there's still sound coming through, and the amplifier is playing that, and the speakers are moving, and the air from the speaker is moving the speaker more. So what you're doing is you're creating a perpetual machine, and that's the noise you're hearing. So the subwoofer is making this thing move, and in turn, this made it move. So you've created like a fan that just won't stop spinning because air is recirculating through it. With the better high level to low level, that won't happen. But yeah, never turn the radio off. Just turn the radio down.
Never?
Never.
Never say never.
Yeah. The other thing too is sometimes with those, like if you turn the car off and you get it, then you actually have to go out and find a accessory power that turns on and off with the car. But there again, most of the time that would be solved with the better high level to low level adapter.
What's up, Mike?
And Mike says, DSP time. Just finished a turkey sandwich.
Very
Join
nice.
a Diet Coke. Good to see you guys live again.
I'm pretty sure you're enjoying it, bro.
We're not doing the Diet Coke today, my friend.
No. This is a real deal.
We're going for the full bore.
Yes, exactly.
Full bore. Me wired tonight. Everyone's going to be like, Dean had sugar.
2001, Camry. Where will you guys mount 2 small amplifiers, a 4-channel, and a sub-amp in the trunk? Not on the rear seat. This is car amplifiers.
Oh, so they're surfboards. A lot of the times,
Well, maybe they're the small ones, like the small ones.
So every now and then when we get a
big amplifier.
a BDA, when we get a BDA, yeah.
Okay.
When we get a BDA, big dumb amp. Not saying it is, just BDA. What we'll do is we'll try to either put them on the side and the back. Yeah. Meaning we'll go all the way to the back and see if they'll fit there. Yeah. If they don't fit there, we will say screw it and we'll just put them on the like where your strut towers are. We'll put them as far forward as we can. They'll go this way lengthwise. Mm-hmm. So if this is the amplifier, it'll go lengthwise like this, and here's the strut tower, and we'll just make a piece, and they'll mount there, and they'll just kind of hang off the end, and we'll wrap the wires around, make it look as clean as we can, so that they're not an issue.
The other option you can do is make a bore close to the
I was going to get to that. So the seat sits like this.
Yep.
You have an angle to the seat, and then there's the floor.
Yep.
And usually the box you're putting in is straight. So you have this little space right here. And so, you'll measure how much of that you need, and you can put a nice long, 30, 38-inch board there that will, and if the amplifiers are narrow, which a lot of those SCAR amplifiers are pretty narrow, you can line them up right there.
Distribution block.
Put them up on risers, do all kinds of nice stuff.
Clean.
Screw them into the corners so that the whole amp rack stays there. And the box will slide in and you'll have no problem. Okay. And that way they'll be in the car forever. And if you do have to fold down the seats and take the box out, you just put a towel over them. You're all good.
Sorry. Does anyone know if there's any dual sub box for add 2 L7 downfiring boxes?
2 L7
sub box downfiring. It's not.
So he wants like a dual downfiring box. So off the top of my head, I don't know anyone. So you can always measure the length or look at the length of the pre-made L7 downfiring box. You put two side by side. We've put two in a spare tire well before where they're actually sitting like a V8 engine block, which was really cool. There are some companies that make a dual shallow box, like A-Trend. They make a shallow, like, it's like shallow and it's long enough for two. They might make a square version of it now. And what we would do in the past is we'd take those and we make feet for them and turn them sideways and fire them down. So we'd make our own downfiring box out of their narrow flat box, which is a good thing to do too. So you just find the 6-sided box divided with 2 holes, and then you turn it and make your own legs. And then you have a downfiring box, and those things come rhino lined. So there's an option there.
Okay.
Ooh. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Is there anyone in New York you can recommend for installing? I know they won't be as good as you, but I need some advice. What's Frankie's company's name?
Marketing
12
Volt Marketing Group.
So go on Instagram and look up 12 Volt Marketing Group. 12 V Volt Marketing Group. Okay, a guy that runs a little guy by the name of Frankie. That's his territory. If he's going to know anyone that doesn't suck, that'd be the guy to talk to. You can DM him and say, hey, I was talking to Dean and Fernando, the whole conversation, and kind of spell out what you want. He can more than likely help you with somebody. He loves referring his guys. What sort of connectors do you use when needing to be able to disconnect power from a subwoofer box that has an amp on it because you're not taking it out of the car? Wait, what? You're mounting the amp on the box?
So it's a power sub? Maybe one of those power subs?
No, it just says because the amp is on it because you're taking it out of the car.
Oh, we never.
Yeah, we just wouldn't mount it to the box. That's a lot of work because there are some like plugs that you can get that'll take like 4 gauge and 8 gauge, but the plugs are like $50. So the plug just kind of outweighs the desire to do it. As far as everything else goes, RCAs and stuff like that, there are a couple multi-channel, like an 8-pin plug or something like that. But at that point, it's not cost effective to try to take it out of the car without just put the amp someplace else. Yeah.
The arm is going well, man. Thank you so much for asking. All right.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you for the Cokes. Nando's drug of choice is Coke. I mean, Coca-Cola. That's it. I watched your Amp Pro GM4 or AP4 GM61 Amp Pro vid from a few years back. Is it still the way to go for integrating a full system with a factory head unit in a 2017 Sierra with Bose, or is there a better option now? Thank you. No, that's still it. That's still the guy. That's the one we still use. So there hasn't been anything else involved that would go into that car, which is kind of funny. But yeah, no, that's the one.
Yes, there you go. The New York line.
Broken Silence Custom. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, he's really good.
Is he?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, he's really good. He was the one that built. Remember when we went to?
You don't even have to tell me. I won't remember. It's all good. If that's wwho Mike says is good.
Yes, he's good. We met him before, so he's good. I told him, hey, man.
Hey, it's all good. Hang on. I'm taking a nap after the stream too. Larry, I feel you, bro. I want to take a nap.
Me too.
Hey guys, 2021 Accord premium audio going with passive crossover setup with a D6500. Do I need LGDs? If so, which ones? Greens. You need LGD greens. Anytime you disconnect power from something, you need some form of a load resistor on it. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what speaker. All amplifiers in a modern car need some kind of load resistors on them. Even there, it needs them. Okay, so LGD greens are the ones you want.
LGD greens.
And BJ says, "Yep, Broken Silence."
There you go.
Guy.
That's him.
Is that him?
That's him.
I was gonna say that's him.
Yeah.
I I know what car you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah.
go, man. Go see him.
Yeah, he did the car for HKI.
Correct.
At
Yes.
the Go Fast show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know who he is.
You know.
I know that guy.
I mean, he's okay.
Do the Sprite challenge next. By that you mean try to make it through the show without burping? I mean, I feel like that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? Hold on. What is?
Ready?
Where's this one at? Because where's the?
Hang on.
I was just trying to.
Right here. I'm trying to find it, but it's a lot. It's a lot of questions, guys. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get all of you.
I just wanted to see what the first.
Hang on. The first question was if that's the upmixer is it's
All right, you find it. I'm gonna do this one
I'm
real
trying.
quick. Looking to replace my factory stereo 2017 Honda 7 Face Sport Ultimate with Infinity system and navigation. Is the only difference between the Metra and the Metra the wiring for the Navi? Probably. Usually on those kits, there's a whole note section that you can read. I'm not going to pull those two up because I don't have time. But the notes should outline everything the difference is. Like it's going to be there on the second page. So the first page will give you the summary. The second page will give you like the more important things. You can also click on the instruction manuals and look at those. The Metra does a really good job of giving you a lot of in-depth information. So I'm assuming that's what we're at.
All right. Phil.
We're cracking.
Is the upmixer in the Arcadio the same as differential rear fill?
No, it's an actual upmixer. So it's doing surround sound silly stuff. So it's not just like left plus right or left minus right. To be fair with you, as far as everything that it does, it's a chip that ARC buys to put inside of their DSP for these effects. I'm sure if I really wanted to know every single thing about it, Brad would more than likely be happy to provide me with the white papers on what the chip is doing. But I can tell you right now, basically what is happening is it's extracting the effect that you're getting when listening to it is extracting the main vocal so that it is a true effects channel, meaning it is just like when you turn your head, if there's somebody singing up front, they are not singing out of the rear speakers. You're just hearing the instruments. If there is a backup singer, the backup singer is recorded differently. You will hear the backup singers through the car, like you would a typical backup singer in a and there again, it depends. It adds depth to it. So it's impressive, needless to say. I'm not big in this unconventional audio thing like surround and all that. No, I like left and right. But to see how happy this gentleman was when we put this on, and he was, you can turn your head and you can hear what it's doing. And like in this year, you're hearing the main vocal, and in this year, you're just hearing like the surround, like you would in a house, and it's very impressive. So, yeah. Anyways. But there are, there's a lot of things, like even in the Mosconi stuff, like because Mosconi has a rear effect that you can turn on, which is real simple. You just tell it, turn it on, and it just like goes in the software, and it's right there. That there's some filtering that makes it all pretty cool. Yeah. All right, pull up another question. Shut this off.
All right, let's see.
This real quick.
GS.
Yep.
I watch your.
Oh, we already did that one.
Oh, you did that?
Yep, that one's done.
Okay. The next one is Powerbase lets you get one of their new DSPs? Yes. Yes, we have one. It's actually right on the table. Yep. I will show it to you just so you can see it. I'm short. So there he is. It's the new DSP. We're gonna do an unboxing and all that stuff. So Just wait for that one.
Okay, found it. All right,
What do you find?
I found. Okay, so let me jump over here to get back
Sorry.
in. Let me since we're wrong one. This one. Sorry. Since we're on the rear, I'm gonna turn that.
Just put it down.
Okay, on the Mosconi software. So this is
Uh-huh.
like the Mosconi. This is 8 to 10. All the software is the same. Here's my rear channel. Here is the green, denoted by green.
Mm-hmm.
If I come up here to my effects panel, the way their system is set up is that they know what is rear. So it already knows what the rear channel is because you've selected in this box rear. I could come here and I could select rear here. Select rear. It's going to be weird. Anyways, and then it'll know that that's rear. So if I select effects and I go to rear channel, now I can choose surround sound or classic rear fill.
So classic rear fill is like a normal rear fill?
It just does some, there again, it's whatever
Like
their
1980s?
whatever their DSP chip is doing. So and that's it. That's all you have to do for theirs.
Okay.
And now you have surround sound. They both do different things. There's a bandpass crossover that's built into there to limit the performance of the drivers. But their DSP chip and the way Frank has decided to set this up is a little different, obviously, than what ARC is doing. But the result is still a rear effect. And it was that simple. There again, this is a little less work than what we saw in the ARC, but the result is the same. It gives us a rear effect. So
that's freaking awesome.
I know Helix has one also, and I'm sure Electromedia has it, but I haven't dug into theirs to get to it. But I know they both have them. Love the 80s. Then you should have stayed at the Hera Hotel in Atlantic City, where you can listen to 80s music all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks. Okay. Anyways, if you're interested in something like the Mosconi DSP or any of the Mosconi products, head over to Mosconi-America.com, where you can find cool stuff as well. Wide variety of amplifiers. So there's amplifiers for everyone, anywhere from the Atomo all the way up to the Pro 830 and every price point in between. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone should just have a Pico in their toolbox.
That sounds weird.
The Pico's fun. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna
go for it.
I'm gonna go here. I need motivation. What's the best place to experience an SQ build? Is it okay to go to an SQ competition and ask for a listen?
Yeah.
Or is that not cool? It's totally cool.
No.
Go.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, the reality, okay, so it's the cool factor, right? Meaning, how cool are you? Not how cool are them. The best thing to do is, yes, find out, go to one of your, go onto the SQ pages.
Yeah.
And you got Emma, you got Ayaska. I'm sure someone else in here can type in some of the other names for us.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of them. And yeah, find out where there's going to be a show. Keep in mind, you don't want to ask, if you find something you're interested in, I like to say, have you been judged yet?
Yeah. And
if they're like, no, say, hey, after you're judged, do you mind if I get a listen? The reason why is you don't want to ask them, you don't want to bug them to listen to their car before they've been judged, because you don't want anything to happen. But that's how I always do. I'll always ask, hey, have you been judged yet? Yeah. Can I listen to your car? And most of the people are, and sometimes they don't care. Like sometimes dude, my shit's bulletproof. I don't care. If you want to listen to it, hop in and I'll play it for you. Most guys already have it all queued up and ready to go. Like they have their 5 songs they're going to play. It's always going to start out with something simple, with some old dude singing a song. I'm an old guy that rides a train. And then they'll switch to a chick. And eventually they'll get to some music that you might be interested in. Just play along.
The drums.
And play along and listen to it. Very rarely will you get a demo of hey, could you play some Nickelback? Because they won't. They some guys will. Some guys yeah, what do you want to hear? It just depends on how cool they are. But always compliment them on their system and say how great it sounds.
Next time I'm gonna go and say, hey man, do you have some banda music over here that I want to listen?
Got an Epicenter, bro?
Suck, bro.
But yeah, just be courteous. Always be courteous. But no, why not?
Oh no, that's the best way.
Yeah, but yeah,
experience it like
so
that.
there you go. Here's a group of them. Thank you guys for putting up there.
Yes,
Asa, Mecca, Emma. So take a screenshot, go to their web pages, find out if there's any place in your area.
Normally, like on Facebook, if you go there and kind of go
Facebook
there,
is a good place.
They post the events where they're gonna go. So
not those. Don't go to those.
Don't go. Bobby, different ones.
Yeah. Hello from Hobbs, New Mexico.
Hey.
Did you ever get the Blackbird installed in the Mustang? Oh my God, that hurts. No, not at all. We haven't done anything in the Mustang.
Jesus. Yeah. All right.
But anyways, yeah, just be courteous. Just be nice. When tuning a three-way active front stage, what speakers do you time a line from? The mid bass usually. Yeah, usually the mid bass. However, that's debatable. Okay, because sometimes the mid range is the better one to tune to, because it plays the widest amount of frequencies. But typically they're going to say the mid bass. It also depends on the speakers you're using, but it's always the low speaker over in the corner, which is kind of strange.
Hey,
what's up from Savannah? Hello, Jeff.
There
again,
Mr. Judge.
When we went to the show, Jeff took me around and let me introduce me, taught me the ways and means of the event. There's a great video we put up about that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was definitely a lot of fun. Right now, probably not so much fun because it's very hot.
Maybe.
Nado 2.0 will be done. Oh yeah, for sure, totally be done long before. Like we're probably gonna, as soon as we get back from vacation, we're gonna start on it. I can't wait. First thing will be the radio.
Hang on, I gotta take a picture of that.
This one?
Yes.
Oh.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would check it out. Thank you, Lara.
I'm back. Kids practicing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I know the feeling.
Oh, you don't know nothing. Hi, guys. Does anyone know if there are any differences in the JL, JD, or RD series amplifiers besides cosmetics? That's a good question. And the reason why I clicked on this, because obviously we're not JL dealers. It's one brand we don't carry. However, here's the thing to keep in mind. Questions like this, and this is what is so weird, because people will ask total strangers a question like this. And I'm not picking on you. This is more of a question in general of like, you'll ask a total rando if they know the difference between something. When the reality is you could just call the manufacturer. They actually have people that are there, and it's their job to talk to you and tell you the differences between, or whatever. They're there to help you decide to buy their products.
So what I would recommend you, and it's just because, go to Crutchfield and you talk to some of the specialists on audio, and then you ask that question, and they will, because they have
but they could also just call JL Audio.
Yeah, I mean you can, but who are you gonna call?
JL Audio. There's literally a phone number. Oh, good God.
No.
Technology, sound quality, power output. And Mike is a JL dealer, so this is his answer.
Call Mike. See,
that's his answer to that question. Yeah. So there is more than just a heatsink. I can tell you, the heatsink is one of the cheapest things that the amplifier manufacturers have to deal with. Changing a heatsink is not anything they care about. Like it's that is like the last thing that they look at. There's always some guy that draws all their heat sinks, and they put 20 different heat sinks on the board. Yeah. We've seen this all happen. It's actually quite amusing where they'll, we've been to enough of these manufacturers, and they have all these posters that their art guys have put together, and from every angle with different colors. And it's like, they have no idea even if the amplifier will fit. The designers have kind of given them an idea of like how big the circuit board is going to be. And so then they have their guys come in and say, which one do you like? And we've been like, I like that one. So that's great. It's going to be this one. And you're like, that one looks ugly. I'm like, yeah, I know, but everyone picked that one. But then they design the circuit boards so they can buy as few heat sinks as possible. I mean, varieties of sizes, because it's easier just to like, done, because they save money that way. It's cheaper. So, yeah. Hey guys, I got
to listen.
Cadillac. Cadillac. Ooh, that thing is amazing. Isn't
I
it?
think it's impressive.
Cadillac is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 5 minutes. Wow. Thank you, Fang. All right, let's try to get a couple more in the last 5 minutes. Hold on, let me do this. Afternoon. Have you used or seen the Matt's BX8 DSP? If so, any good? No. Mart's? Mates? No, I haven't. Never even heard of it. Don't know yet. I'll have to look it up. Hold on. Man, I would love to give you a demo of my truck. I was hoping for Dallas until yesterday. Sorry. Yeah, we're not going to Dallas.
Yeah.
A difference in amplifier. Yeah, but the thing is just like us, he has to have had his hands on both of the amplifiers to know what the differences are. So, oh, there you go. Full active with blam relax all around.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
Relax is cool.
Just relax, bro.
Mary Lou, as I am. Oh, that's so nice. Great show, guys and gals. Enjoy time off with the family and friends. Stay cool and safe.
Yes.
I would love to. I mean, that's so. I have a full day planned for tomorrow because this is like the last weekend before we go away.
Last weekend.
Yeah. Our vacation is going to be kind of weird. So the first half of the vacation is just going to be me, Fernando, and Sebastian. And the second half of the vacation, it's going to be the three of us plus my two girls.
Yeah.
It just kind of worked out that way. Haley has to work. She's got a job now. It's not even
a real job.
Yeah, but she's not getting paid. That's the funny part. She's just doing her thing, and she's not getting paid.
It's a voluntarian thing.
Yeah, it's like you got. It's like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Hydrate. Okay. Hey, from Arizona.
What's up?
Would it be great if they made a DSP 7-channel amp? So you would have 3-way active up front and then just a sub. Think what would make. Okay, so actually, they've actually done that before. You used to have the up 7 from
Match.
Match used to do that.
Yep.
They changed it to the up 8. Yep. And the reality is the 7-channel version of that amplifier I want isn't 7 channels with a sub. I don't want necessarily the sub channel. What I would like is 6 channels for front, 1 channel for center, and then rear. So that would be a 9-channel. But my 7-channel would have a center channel, not a sub amp, because I feel we could do better not having that power supply in there and let the sub amp be dirty on its own. So taking the sub amp out, let it do its own thing.
Have their own thing.
So I could do like an AB class, 7-channel, and then I could put and the reality is it wouldn't be a 7-channel amplifier. Someone would just make an 8-channel amplifier where they would bridge like 7 and 8 and call it 7 and be like, you can only run this channel at 4 ohm. Or they'd use one of the new amplifiers that could run at 4 ohm or 2 ohm, but be pre-bridged. But to me, that makes more sense because we have more and more of these cars that are coming with center channels, but the amplifier manufacturers aren't spending any time on that.
Yeah.
The other way of doing that also makes some kind of sense is if you take an 8-channel, like a Blackbird or like a Blackbird, and we use 1 through 6 for this, put 7 on the center, and 8 we put on the rear, and we just run a mono rear fill. And let it do its thing if we need rear. It's a doable thing also. You could probably use that to you'd have to do it that way. But that would be kind of it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'd like to thank the sponsors of our show, which are the good friends at Audio Control. You can find them at audiocontrol.com. Arc Audio, of course. If you missed the DSP that we did earlier in the show, please go back and check it out. You're going to love it. It's awesome. And, of course, our good friends at Mosconi Gladen, who make amazing amplifiers and DSP processors for everyone from all sizes, from tiny things that are like this big that do amazing stuff all the way up to that monster right there, the 830. Oh, yeah.
Now, if you actually want something for yourself, go to dnftooldrower.com and you can get your IRTA 2. That is
this, of course, is our new monster to hang on the wall. If you didn't get to see the Instagram on this yesterday, Brian sent us this. This is one of his old amplifiers out of what vehicle? I don't know, but this is it. And this is actually a Frankenstein amplifier I found out yesterday. This is not the 4,000 watt that we thought it was. This is something totally different. but I can't show it to you because it won't let me.
Yes.
But here you go.
Yeah.
Look at this monster, and it's full. It's so heavy. Oh my god.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys. Go to DNF tool drawer, order you IRTA 2, so you can have a 2-channel IRTA.
Electrical RTAs are
That's
fun.
right. Wow, that's huge.
I know, that's what she said. Okay. And she did. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a weekend. Be safe. We'll be back here Monday to have more Q&A, lots of fun, and of course, the picture of the week from the 12-volt Clean Wire Club. So lots to look forward to. We got a full week next week, guys. We got a full week.
Full week.
Full week.
What does that full week mean?
It means a normal week next week.
I mean, it's always
We're prep. Yeah, but the week after that, it will not be. So my brain is already on vacation.
Yes.
Take care. Have a great weekend. Fade to
guys.
black.